Ready for the best show ever, dude?
Best show ever.
Let's rock this thing.
I'm locked in, buddy.
Yeah, we are locked in. Dude!
My man!
We are back!
Welcome back!
We are back,
I bet
man.
there's people wondering, are we going to have a show this week? Right?
That's right.
Anybody leaving town?
No? This is the first time 2 weeks in a row we've actually had a show, right?
It's about time, right?
No, we're back. We are back. We are back.
Listen,
week 4.
Coming off a 10-6 week.
Dude!
Nice
10-6. If you remember last week, if you were watching, we were looking at each other. We were so doggone perplexed because it has never happened before that
Every
we
game we
went
picked the
the
same.
entire slate with the exact same games.
Yeah.
That has never happened.
And normally I'm telling you how bad your picks are.
You couldn't.
Not last week. Not last week.
And I remember just looking like, what's going on?
Here,
This is
I have to own something.
so okay. Go
Real
ahead.
quick.
Go ahead.
I went 10-6.
Yeah.
Complete bomb on my 3-team parlay.
Yeah, you did.
And 3.
So yeah, the Patriots.
I got 10 right. I'm picking my 3 winners.
So wait a minute.
So it's almost like my 10-6 is no good because I told everybody to go with the 3-team parlay that was a complete. Now I guarantee there's somebody out there that faded me that's tuning in this week to just see. All right, let's
That's
see, Carl.
Okay,
I'm gonna go get some. Right, let's go.
So that means out of the 16 games, we got 10 right, but your 3-team parlay was out of the 6 that we got wrong.
Did you hit the Kool-Aid?
Got the Kool-Aid, man.
There we go, buddy.
The Browns. Thank
That's
you,
the
Browns.
guaranteed
Thank you,
pick.
Browns. So, hey, we got Carl, we got Doug, we got Fire Brimm Sports, and we are back for week 4 NFL action.
I just skipped the intro.
I
I'm so excited I just stepped all over everything and ran right past the intro.
It's okay.
Welcome to Fire
It's
Brimm.
all right. Yeah, welcome back. So, all right, let's talk about last week.
Okay.
Let's talk about we talked about the records because we were just absolutely freaking excited about that, right? I mean,
Which this is why I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna jump in here. I hate this color.
Yeah.
I do. But I've decided I have got to take on this. I do a lot of hating, a lot of personal hating.
You do a lot of hating.
And there's some teams that I've really got to stop hating on because I'm losing with them. Okay? So I'm wearing the brown gear to just kind of bring me into a more harmonious zone of making my picks. And to go 10-6, I'm going to bring it back out. Look, listen, I got to stop hating on the Browns. Okay? Because they're legit.
They're legit.
They're good.
Legit. They're legit.
And I've got to show some love for them. And that's why I brought back out the Browns a year again.
All right, let's just talk about the Browns for a little bit. In a division where Ben is looking horrible,
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
Don't count him out.
Don't count him out, but Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are not the same team.
They're missing a lot of players
They're
last
missing
week.
a lot of players. And the Bengals are an upstart. I mean, they're good.
Joe Burrow's still young.
Yeah, but he's still young. That's right. It's only year 2. Mm-hmm. So the Browns, that's their division, man. That's
There's
their division.
the win. They look really good. Really good.
So that 10-6 propelled us to some. At least you're above 500 so far for the season, and I'm doggone close.
And this is a serious handicapping show. Okay.
Poor Brad.
This is a serious handicapping show. And look, I see these guys out there. Wait, what comment was that, Leslie? Let's see those 2 stiffs take their picks to Vegas. Listen, nobody's owning it in Vegas. All right. I see these guys with their TikTok.
Yes, I know.
Handicappers. Putting their picks out there.
Yes, I know.
I'm in some Facebook groups. Listen, nobody's doing it better than we are.
Nobody's doing it better than that.
If you want winners, if you want honest feedback on what's happening in the NFL,
absolutely.
This is the place to be.
This is it.
This is the place to be.
I'm with you. Listen to what the guys say.
All you gotta do is watch the Kool-Aid pick. That's all you need.
Kool-Aid pick.
If you want one pick a week, take the Kool-Aid pick. I'm anxious. I'm waiting to see what it is this week because I got to make up for my 3-team parlay.
Actually,
so
I'm almost a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, you'll see that in a few minutes. All right.
Let's
talk about
how'd everybody do.
All right. So we got folks on Twitter. We got folks on YouTube. By far and away, the 2 dudes that just took it all.
Will
and Xavier. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 11-5 against the spread.
Big weeks.
That is huge.
Big weeks. These are the guys that should be owning it out in Vegas.
That's what I said. You should be going out to Vegas.
Not these 2 stiffs.
Even Mason and Jake. I mean, they both had 10-6 too. I mean, that's awesome weeks. So, yeah. Codizzle, that's right. So go ahead. Okay, so had a little bit of a goof up here.
All right.
Had a little bit of a goof up here. Here's other folks. We got other folks. I
8,
always
9,
like
7.
Brady Bree and Brady Bree's dad. They were doing pretty good.
Now,
So go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
Our guest picker. It's the top score from the week before. Okay. It's the top score from the week before. And this week, we had a little bit of a blunder. We went to our picks, and our good friend Wyatt, whom we love,
That's right.
ended up on our picks board.
He's on the picks board.
Wyatt, you had a tough week last week, my friend. You were 5-11, and we were excited to have you on the show.
Yeah.
And we mistakenly went to Wyatt for his picks as opposed to our 11-5 guys.
Yeah.
So first off, round of applause for Will and Xavier.
Absolutely.
Well done, 11-5. Now,
Absolutely.
Wyatt, you've got some work to do this week.
You've got to redeem yourself.
5-11. You made the picks board. You've got to come around. So I'm counting on these picks to be hot right here.
To be better.
He's on the
That's
board.
right. You got to do it.
Let's go. He's with us every week. I'm happy to have him.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Okay.
You got to do it. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to look at some other things too. You want to talk maybe things that we might look at in the future?
So we get all these picks, and we kind of made, we made the little slip up there. We're debating whether we want a pick'em group out there where someplace where everybody can jump in and join the group and make their picks.
Maybe like
and
go to
track some boards.
ESPN
like
or
the ESPN app.
CS or something like that.
So here's what we would like to know in the comments, and we'll bring
in the
this up
comments,
at the
yeah,
end.
exactly.
Just, do you think it'd be a good idea for us to put a group out there on one of the apps for everybody to jump in and join their picks? Is that something you would want to see?
Exactly.
Or leave it alone?
Just go the way we're doing it.
Keep
just
going
go
the way
through
we're doing
comments
it.
and that.
Just go through the comments.
Yeah,
So,
we love your feedback.
yeah,
on that.
please give us some feedback on that. We're debating it. But with that being said, we are definitely happy to have Wyatt on the board
Absolutely.
this week. See how his picks
Absolutely.
go.
So-
what else we got going this week?
Another thing too, I'm still alive in the survivor pick.
This is not an easy thing to do. It seems like an easy thing to do. It is not an easy thing to do. As you can see, I got knocked out week one. Week one.
Actually, so far it's been a very easy thing to do because the Panthers, the Patriots, and the Broncos all play the Jets. It's
a good strategy.
That's a good strategy. That's a very good strategy.
Are you staying with that strategy, or am I going to find out later?
You're to find out later.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
The strategy. But I'm happy that I'm already up to week 4 and I'm still under Survivor.
Man.
So, okay. What are you seeing after 3 games now? Are there any teams that you think are on the rise, or any maybe fakes, maybe pretenders?
I tell you who.
Contenders?
Do we want to talk about the 3-0 Denver Broncos?
Go ahead. Good.
What do you think?
They're pretenders. At least, okay. I don't want to take anything away from Teddy Bridgewater because I've always liked Teddy Bridgewater. They got a great defense. Mm-hmm. They've got a wide receiving core, a young wide receiving core. It's going to be really, really good. But who have they played so far?
That would be the only thing that we can take from them, right?
That's right.
Is they've played the Giants, they've played the Jets, and they've played the Jags.
Or 0-9.
0-9 combined.
Combined 0-9.
It's kind of similar situation to Pittsburgh last year when they ran that 11-0.
Exactly.
They didn't play anybody for
Now,
the
on the
longest.
flip side, I'm going to say the most impressive, this is me, the most impressive team is the Rams. Because...
The Rams are on my list, my stop hating list.
Yeah.
Okay. I want them to lose so bad that they have clouded my judgment. I don't want Matt Stafford to win in LA. It's tough watching him get. I came up with a lot of analogies of how it feels watching someone that you cared so much about be happy with someone else.
It's a love.
It's
difficult. Gone on to somebody else.
And he's so happy, and he's treating them so good, and it's just okay. So I have to stop hating the Rams because they've got it all right now.
So
the Rams are
maybe a side gig. We do one of those hearts and love type of shows or something like that.
I gotta stop hating. Do you know who I gotta stop hating too? Is your team that you seem to always have some love for is the New Orleans Saints.
The Saints. They have a good defense. They have a good defense.
That's pretty good.
That is a good defense.
Pretty good.
But it's still, you don't know which Jameis Winston is going to show up for week to week.
You say Jameis Winston, and I instantly want to put everything on the opposite team. You know what? I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if I'm there with the done hating on Winston yet. But I don't know if I'm there.
But what's really interesting is that if you look at his stats from last week, they had a nice win over the Patriots, who, let's talk about the Patriots for a second. They have a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, he's still a rookie quarterback.
He's still a rookie. They've got a great defense. They're surrounded by other pieces and parts. At the end of the day, you can't hide a rookie quarterback in the NFL.
And they were part of my 3-team parlay last week.
Yeah, they were.
I bombed on.
Yeah, they were. But, okay.
And the Browns are the other team I got to quit hating on. I got to quit hating on the Browns.
The Browns,
I absolutely have to stop. That's why I'm forcing myself in this most uncomfortable get-up that I could be in is the Browns.
Okay, so we don't have them up here, but what do you do in Chicago? Do you keep playing Justin Fields?
No,
I mean, the guy just got absolutely...
You basically just forfeit the game and don't bother playing. The Bears, I think, are I think they're a mess right now.
Okay, because what do? If you don't go to Justin Fields, do you go back to Andy Dalton?
Yeah.
I mean, no.
I think the Bears have a lot of problems.
Oh, the Bears have huge problems. It doesn't matter if you have, you can have anybody on the defensive side. It doesn't matter when you've got an atrocious offense.
After week 1, how about Bills Mafia?
Bills Mafia. They are rumbling, man. They are, you're right. They started out slow week 1, and all of a sudden, they're like downhill. They're going downhill, and they're just gaining speed. And even though it's just week 3, Bills Mafia, yeah. I mean, I believe I picked them to have the best record in the AFC. I think I did pick them.
I had Tennessee. That. Now, there's a team, listen, everybody's favorite to go to the Super Bowl, Kansas City. They have the same problems they had in the Super Bowl last year are the same problems that they're having right now.
Actually, you're right.
But
it comes on the defense.
I don't see it turning around for Kansas City. I'm going to tell you, I honestly don't see them doing anything spectacular. I definitely don't see them making a deep look. I'm not questioning the talent, obviously, of the great Patrick Mahomes. But they've got deficiencies that have been exposed and continue to be exposed every single week.
And Patrick Mahomes has, 2, I think, interceptions last week?
Yeah.
Which is highly unusual for him.
And they haven't covered the spread like over their last 15
No,
years.
they haven't. They haven't. So, what about the Cardinals? What do you think about the Cardinals?
So Kyler Murray looks fantastic, right?
He does.
And then when you go out and you beat a team that you're supposed to beat, like they took down Jacksonville, that's a sign of maturity too. Like they didn't go out there and lay down.
So you tell us the teams that you like.
Who's hot?
That's right.
We just rambled.
I know we did. We went a long time there.
Listen, who's hot? Who's not? Tell us what you think. Who's coming back? Am I wrong about the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Is Doug right about Buffalo?
Okay, let's go
to the Brown. Are we both right about Denver?
Let's go to the Brown.
Let's talk about that.
That is, and I'm going to jump all over what Carl was just saying about the Chiefs, because Chiefs are going to be my Brown bag. Just because of everything you said.
The Chiefs. Doug,
I'm not saying I don't love the Chiefs.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying right now. You got to grade them for what they are, the way that they're playing. You've got to knock them down, and because the good teams get back up. I mean, this is a challenge to the good team.
I talked about the teams that I got to stop hating. I've got to let go of some love for some teams.
Yeah.
Okay, because there are certain teams that I just keep going with, and they keep letting me down.
They do.
And the Seattle Seahawks are one of those teams right now.
I sadly have to agree with you.
Come on, I didn't. Now I was blinded by there's a ton of talent on Minnesota, and they showed themselves. But without Delvin Cook, Seattle, with all the weapons that Russell Wilson has,
and they still got beat pretty good by the Vikings.
This is still a defensive league. If we're talking about the teams that are winning right now, the Rams, Buffalo, Cleveland, the Saints, these are all defensive teams.
Yeah, that's a great point.
These are all teams that they've got the tools on offense, but they're defensive teams. And guess who doesn't have that?
Yeah, you're right.
And now Seattle.
Right. Oh, goodness.
So that's what they got to figure out.
You'll see what I'm all goodnessing about here. So, all right.
It's time for picks, baby. Let's go. We're gonna run through these. Listen, this is what we got. 10-6 last week. Overall, I'm 24-23-1, and you were.
I am 22-25-1.
All right. 22-25.
Let's do it.
We're right there, 500. We got double-digit wins coming this week.
Okay, and the spreads this week are tough.
Yeah.
The spreads are absolutely tough.
They were tough until I started to think about it, and then I figured it out. So I'm good. Did you struggle? Because I'm good.
Okay, let's see what you do here. Okay, the Jacksonville Thursday night game. Jacksonville, I think this is their first prime time game, right?
This is a no-brainer.
That's right, the Bengals. 7.5 though. 7.5. I'm going to go Bengals. I'm going to go Bengals only because they're at home. They're on a roll. They beat Pittsburgh. They're in the division hunt. They're tied for the division lead. No way.
I'm not so sure that Urban Meyer can lose in the state of Ohio. He's coming home. He's coming home.
And Wyatt thinks the same thing.
God dang, I knew it like that guy. I knew it.
Last week, we went 16 games without a different pick, right?
And we start off this
first
one.
First game.
Right out of the gate. Look, what's going on here? Look,
That's better.
Look, I'm a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
I want the Bengals to win this game. I just think the Jaguars are going to give them a little scare.
Yeah.
It's tough to cover 7.5 in the NFL. I don't care. I know how bad the Jags have been. Arizona just put it on them, but the Bengals they don't win in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They don't beat Big Ben, and they just
They just did.
They just
Okay.
did. This is a dangerous game.
We're going to watch Urban Meyer melt down because he's got 4 losses in a row, is what we're going to see here.
That may happen, but this is going to be a battle.
This is going to be a battle.
I just think it's going to be a battle. All right.
This is a game.
Yep.
The Panthers, even without McCaffrey,
Yeah.
the Panthers take on the Cowboys. That was a nice show.
These are 2 of my favorites right now. They're 2 of my favorites. I love them both, and I really do, but I just think it's going to be a battle that the Carolina's going to be. I don't think it's going to be more than a field goal. I really don't.
This is great.
I really don't think it's
This is great because, once again, somebody's going to be wrong and somebody's going to be right.
Love them. Man, we're good, buddy. All right, we got to.
I'm going to run with the Cowboys here. I love what the Cowboys are doing. I think they're picking it up.
Oh, I do too. I absolutely do. Both these teams are 3-0 against the spread.
Yep.
Both those teams are 3-0 against the spread.
These guys are going on the road, though. They're going to be playing in the Big D.
Yeah.
No. Okay. You know what? At the beginning of the season, I thought this was going to be a really premier game. Colts take on the Dolphins. Dolphins by 2. You know what? I'm going to take a flyer on this.
I'm going to take a flyer and just go with the better.
And I'm going to go with the Colts.
The Colts they seem to just be a struggle bus right now.
They do seem to be a struggle bus, and at some point you get off that struggle bus, is what it is. That's a good way. I like the struggle bus thing. Yeah. That's pretty good. Okay, the Titans take on the Jets. It's not a question about the Titans winning.
Right.
It's a question about how much are the Titans going to win by.
Let's just agree on one thing.
What's that?
The Jets are really bad.
They're horrible. Okay. They're absolutely horrible.
So I don't even want to get cute with that pick. I really don't. I really don't.
All right, you know what? And look at this.
I hope Wyatt picked.
We are all across the board.
I mean, there's no reason to not go with that.
Complete agreement on this.
But when you're talking about, can they cover it? This is one.
This is a
NFL spread 16 points. Bills.
Okay, so you've got Davis Mills.
David Mills. Yep.
Okay.
Davis Mills. Yep.
Rookie from Stanford. Mm-hmm. I mean, they actually haven't been playing that bad, all things considered, but
pretty bad.
But here's the thing about the Bills: once they get moving, I don't think they care. They're never gonna. They don't take their foot off the gas pedal.
Right.
And so you know what? I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm gonna say exactly what's gonna happen in this game.
Cover.
I would maybe take a first half line on Bills to get up big by halftime.
Yeah.
And they're going to just sit and grind this thing out in the second half. They have no reason, no motivation to cover 16 points. It's not going to happen.
That's a good point.
It could be the same reason Oakland didn't cover against, or Vegas didn't cover against Miami.
Is that one of those where Vegas kind of sucks you in?
Yeah. It's just too many points. There's no way I'm doing that. I know, you go right ahead and pick the better team. But this is going to be some kind of gross second half pick away.
I know. You make a very good point
31-21, 31-20. 31-17.
16 points is 16 points in the NFL. That's a lot.
Okay.
Okay, the Chiefs take on the Eagles.
Yeah.
As much as I said about the Chiefs, I think this is their comeback game.
You go ahead.
This is their comeback game.
Oh, we got to
don't do that because we're going to put that right there. And then, in fact, Wyatt goes with the Eagles.
Eagles.
And in fact, I think they're going to come back so much.
Oh, I wish you had not done that. Goodness. Oh.
I'm going to take them briefly.
You're going from the brown bag to the Kool-Aid.
I'm good. I know. That's why I was just standing as we were talking about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing, dude?
We talked about this.
Hey, just a second here.
Is
this a serious handicapping show?
This being a serious handicapping show. All right, man. Kool-Aid pick. I was rooting for it to go undefeated. You've been locked in. I kind of want to change my pick now because it's probably the right one.
Now, I'm just thinking because this is their game to come back. They're mad. They lost at home. They want to go out and punch somebody. Yeah. And Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are right in front of it.
Lions get their first win, guys.
You know what?
The Bears are a mess offensively.
I'm going to go with you on that.
Go ahead and start Justin Fields. It doesn't matter. Lions going to get their first win. It doesn't matter. I think the game against Baltimore was a fluke that they played that well and almost won, but
they can do that against the Bears. Yeah, they can do that against the Bears.
And in Chicago, I get it. Listen, historically, that's not. I'm going Detroit.
It doesn't matter. It's just going to be that kind of game. All right, Washington.
What happened to Washington?
Okay, Fitzmagic is hurt.
Yeah.
He's on injury reserve. They've got Tyler Henke, I think it is, or.
And their defense is supposed to still be pretty good.
Their defense is still good. I mean, this is the first game they've been favored by 1.5.
Atlanta at home.
But they're Atlanta at home. I got to go with you on that. I'm going to go with you on that. Wyatt's thinking Washington. I don't think it's a bad pick.
I don't think it's a bad pick. Yep.
I don't think it's a bad pick. I think
Wyatt's looking good. He's looking strong.
The home field advantage. I think that's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's going to be the difference in that game.
Here's an interesting game.
This game right here.
This one is, okay, the Browns are on the road. Going up to Minnesota. Browns by 2. Minnesota had a nice win against the Seahawks.
I want to stop hating the Browns, but my analysis of this game.
Look at this color. Look at that right awful. There. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you right now.
This is not to hate on the Browns. I think Minnesota got the offense got them some things clicking right here. They're going to roll to a couple wins in a row. The Browns, that was a big win last week, but I think Minnesota comes back and takes care of business right here. I do.
Would you put that up for Wyatt? In fact, take guest
yeah, he's there. You go. Wyatt's our guy.
He's official here.
Wyatt's our man. All right.
Okay.
This was a tough one for me. Honestly, this was a tough one for me because the Browns are really rolling. But it's just a tough road game to go. And I mean, we're not talking about this is a tough game. It's a tough game.
I like
Minnesota to win.
I don't see the Vikings have 2 quality wins in a row. Right. Just flat out. I don't see them being able to do that.
That's a good call.
All right.
And it's basically who's going to win the game.
And that's exactly right, yeah. Giants take on the Saints that we were saying. I think this is Saints all the way. It's just a matter of,
I don't think the
Saints
are covering 7.5. I don't even know if they're going to win. I'm not done hating on Winston yet. He's going to show him throw a couple picks. The Giants are going.
I'm going to go Saints. I'm going to go Saints because I think that over 4 quarters, they're going to win by probably 10 points. Something like that. So they're going to cover that spread.
This one feels like everybody's going to be on the Saints. And the Giants are going to find a way to be in this game.
Okay.
I don't know.
Game of the week right here.
Great game.
I don't know why it's a 4:05 game. I have no idea why it's 4:05. The Cardinals take on the Rams. 4.5 Rams. Rams should be favored. Mm-hmm. I think that's the right thing. That's a tough one.
Here's my reason. I'm going with that defense. I want to listen to you on that. I'm going with the number 2 defense in the NFL. I'm going with the Rams to cover that 4.5. It's going to be a hell of a game, but the Rams pull away late.
Dude, I'm going to follow suit. I'm playing euchre with you. I'm going to follow suit. Wyatt is not. He's going to Cardinals. Right. Don't blame me on that. I mean, but Kyler Murray's magic. They have not played the best teams, but these guys have played some good teams. They have, and. You know what? You still have to feel good for Matt Stafford.
I don't. Come on. I don't. Listen, I picked the Rams, okay? Seahawks in San Francisco. I am not ready to stop hating on them. They had a chance to show up. They went those 2 road games. You're supposed to show up at home and then get beat down by Green Bay. I don't like Seattle, but these 2 teams play each other all the time. Pat Carroll knows this team. They're going to be ready to play. Seattle's going to bounce back after that. Neither team is playing well. I'm going Seattle.
This is like when we talk about Jameis Winston, which Jameis Winston's going to show up?
Yeah.
Which Seahawks is going to show up?
Yeah,
I just don't know which Seahawks are going to show up.
Well, it's always a battle.
Unfortunately, I got to go with you and say Seahawks just because of everything you just said. I mean, it's Pete Carroll, it's Russell Wilson.
We don't have enough time in this show to tell you all of the reasons why these picks aren't done willy-nilly. That's what I just want to say. We're not just like, we're not a couple of stiffs down here, all right? It's a serious handicapping show. We may make our picks quick, but there's more analysis that goes into that than you really know about.
There is some thought behind it. There's no doubt about it. Okay.
Pittsburgh, Green Bay.
Again, beginning of the season, you would have said this is the monster game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not a question, at least in my mind, it's not a question of Green Bay winning. Green Bay is going to win that game.
No way I'm going against Tomlin to not bounce back.
No. You know what? I'm going to go with the Packers on this.
Well, you're wrong.
And so Miles will call Wyatt wrong too, okay?
Listen, don't be surprised if Pittsburgh wins this game.
I just
don't be surprised if Pittsburgh wins that game.
I don't see that.
All right.
I could see Pittsburgh getting within the 6.5. But I don't see Pittsburgh winning the game. It's Packers.
Well, we're betting on the 6.5.
What's that?
We're picking against the 6.5, and you.
No. What I'm saying, I could see the Steelers potentially getting in there. But I still think the Packers are going to cover.
The Steelers are going to win in Lambeau.
No, they're not going to do that.
Baltimore and Denver, the number 1 defense in the NFL. Baltimore took him a 66-yard field goal.
Fake, and they've got 2 wins.
I'm going to go Baltimore in my
eyes. You know what? I'm going to go with you on that too. I think the magic falls apart.
If Denver does it again in this game, I am a Denver believer all the way.
Wyatt is across the board on that. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Look at these games stacking up. Tom Brady's return to Foxborough.
Okay.
What do you got?
Again, it comes down to the spread to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any question about the Bucks winning the game. I see no question about that. Do they cover the 7? And after watching the performance against the Saints last week, yeah, I think the Bucks covered.
What about the Bucks' performance against the Rams?
What about but it was the Rams. Degree of difficulty.
And they still have a rookie quarterback?
And they still, no, it's Bucks all the way there. Bucks all the way, absolutely. You tell me Brady doesn't want to just push it right into Belichick? I mean, he doesn't want to win by 7. He wants to win by 27. Yeah, it's going to be an ugly game. Absolutely ugly game.
Tampa Bay was one of my locked picks last week, as was Seattle. These are these teams that I'm falling in love with.
Yeah.
That aren't continuing to play well for me. But rookie quarterback, Bucks D, Tom Brady, you're right. I like it. Let's go.
And then Wyatt is picking us across the board with the Broncos, with the Buccaneers.
God, do I love this game.
Here's my game.
This is your game.
My Raiders, tell you what, I got to give Derek Carr. I have always been a banging on Derek Carr. The guy's playing like an NFL quarterback. I mean, a leader NFL, a top 5 NFL quarterback. The problem is he's got no running game. The Raiders have no running game because of the offensive line. And you're running into a Chargers team with a hell of a good defense and an offense that's just cooking on all cylinders. Mm-hmm. So as much as I hate to do this, I gotta play it smart, and I gotta go with the Chargers. Of course, people are gonna question about me playing it smart.
I'm gonna say, listen, the emotional trip of beating Kansas City. There's gonna be a little bit of a hangover.
There's gonna be a hangover.
I am going with Oakland on that.
I like that.
Vegas. Sorry, I keep on the Vegas.
And Wyatt is going my Raiders.
Not that I don't love the Chargers. This is gonna be a great game, but I think 3-point spot is where it's gonna be either way.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be 3 points either way. I think it's going to be tough to get up on them. That touchdown score, that 4 points, is going to be tough to cover because Vegas is going to be in the game.
Absolutely. It's going to be the type of Monday night game that ESPN loves because you're going to have to watch it right down to the last tick of the clock. Okay.
You're going to want to know. We got the Kool-Aid pick. Who's your survivor pick?
Survivor pick. I thought about this. I thought, okay, should I stick with it? I was really looking at this. Go with the Titans because they're playing the Jets. But I want to save the Titans. I'm going to pick one. I think that somebody's going to get it. I think it is the Bengals. The Bengals are going to beat Jacksonville.
Doug.
No.
Doug.
That's it. The Bengals are beating Jacksonville. End of story. And this is not the spread. This is just a win. The Bengals are going to beat them. End of story. End of story. Book it, Dano. Okay. Wait. He is so bummed with me right now.
Pittsburgh is covering the spread.
Oh, okay.
If they don't win the game.
Okay, wow.
Baltimore is going into Denver.
Oh my gosh.
And winning the game. Obviously, we got a 1-point spread. Who's my third one?
I'm going to go. You're going to go with the.
I've got
Vikings.
2 road teams here.
You're going to go to the Vikings.
Carolina. Without McCaffrey.
Now, all of these. This is not straight up. This is with the spread.
Yeah, this is your 3-team parlay against the spread.
Okay, that's all against the spread.
These are our picks. Listen, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. So this is what we want. Tell us what you think about the ESPN group.
Okay, we want to know about the ESPN group.
Yeah, or should we do a group? Should we do a group?
Yeah, if you think that would be a good idea to do a group, we're looking at different ways.
Forget it. Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe, definitely subscribe. Absolutely. We want your comments. We want your picks. Tell us what you think about our picks. We're looking forward to week 4. We'll get this thing on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. Get it out there for everybody. And again, as Carl said, subscribe.
Who's your brown bag?
And who's your brown bag? That's right. Love it, man. This is awesome.
Hey.
This is the best.
Let's
best show ever.
Great job. Good luck, everybody.
See you guys.